resource states. Very simply stated, it is a memory that the memories that we keep within us of virtually everything that happened to us, but particularly important for our purposes, is the memory of moments of triumph, moments of effectiveness, moments of feeling loved, feeling good. Those memories are in us just as the traumatic memories are. They are often not called upon the way they can be, and they're wonderful resources. The fact is that most of us have, almost all of us actually, have within us resources in terms of memory that we can use to counteract almost any problem we have or any difficulty. So it is unearthing those resources and using them in the latter part of the EFT statement, the choices phrase, that constitutes this particular method that I'm going to demonstrate today. And we have two wonderful volunteers. I'm going to call upon them in a moment, but we keep them waiting because that builds up the suds level, you know. So, and it really is. She's nodding, Janet. I know. So, at any rate, I want to comment on a couple of things I'm going to be doing. I love the method. I revere the method that Gary developed, and which most of the masters are using today, and most therapists, if they can. And that is to be able to just go with the flow and intuit and change the sentence and say it, vary the phrase as the person goes from tapping point to tapping point, and then they follow you. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful clinical method. But I like to use also, and I'm going to use as much as possible today, the old-fashioned, I call it old-fashioned because it's on Gary's first tapes, the old-fashioned way of having a single phrase, reminder phrase, that the person repeats the same phrase or a slight variation that may come to their mind at every tapping point. So why do I do that? I do that because it is wonderfully exportable. The person then can take it, and I use a notebook, and I don't take copious notes on what's going on, but I do take down, while I'm working with the client, and I'll be doing it today, the wording of the choices. In this case, it's the personal resource state choices statement. And the person, at the very end of the session, I have some very nice little blue cards here. And these blue well, they're going to be reminder cards, they're blank now. I write down, or have the client write down, the phrase or phrases that particularly seem important to them to practice at home, and they take them home with them and they do them. Now, had I gone through a great many different statements, we could still manage to create one at the end, but there's something wonderfully important about having worked with that statement. If it's been effective, and I only allow the client to go home with it if it's been effective, there's something so good about that I find that it is easier to get compliance with homework. And after all, we want EFT homework. I'm going to talk more about that